Hello guys, it's me again, and today I've got an updated explosive build that I've been working on. The first one was kind of messy and it didn't really have meta talents on it, so I wanted to show off what you could do if you put some meta talents on it and a bit of regen, and this is the result. So I'm going to go over to the table first and show you that I'm using the survivalist. There is a reason for that. The medkits are extremely handy for healing your teammates. The little roller mender mine, or the rolly ball as I call it, it heals you and your teammates, so if you go in near people that are using explosives, chances are it's not just you that's going to get hurt. Your teammates are going to get hit pretty bad because most people don't pack explosives, so if you've got some way of resisting the explosive and healing your teammates and you just exclusively go for the mortar guy, it does help you a lot, because as you start rushing over, they're going to panic and not really know what to do with the mortar because they've got to do something, shoot. And even if they do shoot at close range, it will help you. As for the explosive traps, I've viably run through tier 6 explosive traps, but that's one. And I don't think you're going to get through any more than that. You're going to have to run and roll. But does it work? Yeah, like a lot of the time. This is literally tested out with a lot of people in the DZ that said this is the strongest version that they've seen of it. So okay, let's go down to the range and have a look at it and see what it does. So, using two weapons again. I'm using the Lady Death because obviously it's overpowered, so why would you use anything else? Not really going to go too much into that gun. However, the other weapon, the ACRE, slow firing, quite accurate and does reasonable damage. It's rolled into health damage and headshot damage, so I've gone for a synergizing talent with Reformation. So if I get a headshot, it does 30% more skill repair, which gives me more skill repair. It's like 2 rolls of skill repair on my gear. So if I've got that weapon out and a mortar person's tagging me in a team and we're away from them, if I return fire and get a headshot, my little roller ball's going to do 30% more, which might be the difference in saving somebody from the bleed damage and not. So on the pistol as well, I've got the TDI card, and that's just with lucky shot. There's no real special reason for the talent, just wanted the skill tier that you can grab when you hold it. So as for the pieces, I'm just using everything rolled into crit chance and crit damage, so don't worry too much. It's just what you'd usually expect with most pieces like that. I may change this one for accuracy and headshot, but not quite yet, just because of the talents that I'm using. So on the mask, I'm using 1% armor regen with the Bellstone Armory mask. It's got armor regeneration and explosive resistance. God roll, that's the most important of explosive resistance. And incoming repairs, obviously, because I do actually have a means of healing myself, so incoming repairs is quite good. On the chest piece, I've got 1 piece of Jarl. Hazard protection helps with the bleed damage that you get after the explosive. It's nearly fully rolled into armor. Main thing is it's got full explosive resistance. It has skill repair and incoming repairs, so those two synergize well because I'm putting out more healing and getting more healing in. The Richter and Kaiser, it gives us 20% incoming repairs on top of what we're already stacking. It gives us 1 into yellow, 50% shield health, and explosive resistance 10%. That's the most important part. That's just literally down to me not having a piece that has explosive resistance already on it like that. I might roll it for blue, or I could roll it for red, I guess, but the choice is yours. But the reason why I'm packing 2 yellow and 4 blue is because I'm going for survivability and utility rather than just straight out damage. The damage I can get from using cheesy things in the game that are already overpowered, right? So on the backpack, unfortunately, I don't have a full roll of explosive resistance, but I'm just working on, getting more. If I tune it up, that'll be 10. So when we get this full, it'll be 80%, and this is kind of the reason why I've been holding off doing this video yet. But you'll see it's only a few percent, so you can use your imagination, I'm sure. We have skill haste a little bit. I'd prefer skill healing if possible. Incoming repairs, which is good. Adrenaline rush, which gives us the bonus armor. Whenever you're near an enemy, you get 20% bonus armor. So if you're near 3 enemies, you're going to get like 60% bonus armor, which is great. I got some Gilligard, so that's just given us some more value and protection, and that's rolled into Hazard and Explosive. Again, the Hazard are going to help us a little bit, just shrug off the the underneath bleed damage when you get hit with anything else that's not an explosive. And then full explosive resistance. And then we're using the Murakami knee pads. The reason why is because they give us armor regen, explosive resistance, which is what we want, and skill duration. The thing with that is that's actually okay. It's not completely wasted here as well. I don't like to use this piece and not get value out of that skill duration, so we're actually using a Mender Mine, so that'll make it last 20% longer, and that's 20% more healing if it's on the floor helping out, I guess. You won't get that out of the shield, because when the shield breaks, it just breaks. There's no two ways about it. So we've got fire grenades as well, that will block paths and things like that, which is great. So when we use it, the main thing to do really, I guess, is just you have to kite for your team. You have to sort of blend into the group. You do have the same talents as the other group, so when enemies get close to you, if you've got the Lady Death and you have Intimidate and Adrenaline Rush, you can gain the amplified damage. You're just not going to be the same as like a meta, but you've got a chance of fighting back. You're not going to be quite as strong as what they are, of course not, but it's meant for being in a team. You'd have a couple of people that weren't running explosive resistance, and then a couple of people, maybe one person in the group that was, if they were just persistently using turrets and wouldn't turn it off, then you'd have to devise a strategy, I guess, to go for the weak guy in the group, sort of run out, go through their explosive and just hit that one weak sort of explosive guy out the group. So you can see they're not doing like massive damage numbers, but the other reason that I packed the assault rifle is just because we can get Reformation. That's going to give us extra healing. However, you can change that particular talent for whatever you want. You can have In Sync, you can have Optimist, but I've just figured that I'd have more value with the headshot damage that's rolled onto it. Slow shooting, and you can keep it on the head. Okay, obviously if you get hurt, you've got, and you can turn that up by holding your pistol. Okay, so as we get hit by explosives, we're regenerating underneath as well. There's not really a lot to show with this build, because the gun that you're going to use when you're in combat is obviously the Lady Death when you're up close and personal with your team. But should you be away, like from a person that's firing a mortar turret at your group, just open up your shield, stand still and try and aim for their head and try and kite the explosion onto you. And then sort of run over and try and get them while your healer ball's going to work, while your teammates are pushing back for a medkit or whatever. Okay, let's go look at the stats and you'll understand a bit more, I guess. So, Reformation, Breathe Free, Lucky Shot in the pistol just for the extra skill tier really, because that brings us to 3 skill tiers if we hold the pistol. Okay, so low crit chance, low crit damage, but a bit of headshot there just for that talent. 40 crit chance, 50 crit damage, nothing fantastic. It's not where we're not going to be hitting massively great, but that's weapon with those talents still does hit pretty hard, so it's reasonable enough for the fact of what it's been going to be able to do. It's going to just be able to do one thing good. So damage is low again across the board, where you could change that if you like. If you wanted damage, you could have 2 damage cores, that might help you. That might be nice, but again, this is going for utility. You can have it however you want. The template's free to change. Explosive resistance off the R&K as well is what we're going for. So really where this comes into play is the blue numbers and the skills. So 74% incoming repairs, which is good because we're going to get 70% more out. We've got 35k armor regeneration, which is not too bad because we've gone 2% into armor regen. 1.5 million armor, so we're sat just a little bit above the cap. Explosive resistance is at 78.2, so once that 2% that I was talking about, less than that, sorry, that 1.8% that I get, I'll be at 80%. And around the 75% is where things start getting daft. It's like the curve on it is, you negate a lot of the explosive damage that people throw out at you. Hazard protection is at 28.7. Should I move it a little bit more, it'll be about 30, which is good. It's not bad. That's right across everything. I've got 30% protection over everything. But you've got to remember as well, on top of that, I've got armor regen and then a little healer. So that's going to heal me a little bit in PvP. I'll show the PvP healing. That's another 17,000 on top, just for standard in the little rolly ball. And then as well, I mean, like I said, you could use the red tiers, but with me using yellow tiers, it still counts to the shield. And the forge named item gives the shield more health. So if we look at the shield health, it's sat at about well, it's sat at 5 million, 5.5 million, so it's quite a lot. You know, it's going to take a little bit to burn it down, that shield. It's quite good. It's almost like a small shield, that, so it will help you. You know, you can't put out the damage, but you're not really supposed to be putting out damage on other players. You're just supposed to be kiting the one explosive guy and attack, figure out which one it is. Alright, well, hopefully you've enjoyed that build, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.